She just started going off in the text messages. What did I do? Bullying. Like, what? We was just kicking yesterday. What are you talking about? She trying to book up at me. The nerve to sit in this lady's office and start crying. Like this is the day of confusion. I ain't never been so confused in my life. She said I had like 7 girls to jump you after school. Huh? My mom told me to go to the office and file a police report. It's time to go lace up and get ready and be ready for war.
Ready for my demons, girl, I catch you. Every time I sip on codeine, I get vulnerable. Annoying the sounds of the storm when it comes.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, what's up? How's life? For today's video, we about to get into a story time, and y'all, this time was crazy. As you can tell by the title, this story time is a time that I almost got jumped by 7 girls. Yes, it was crazy, so let me go ahead and get into it. Crazy, and y'all, it was all because this girl did not want to hear the truth. Like, get over yourself. This story takes place in 10th grade. So I was what, 15, 16 when this happened. Let me give you a little bit of backstory. I was on my school's dance team. Y'all know I got a couple videos about that. Okay, so yeah, this was a second semester. I'm trying to remember the story. This was second semester because we had like a lot of usually first semester is for like football games, and then second semester that's when we do like competitions and stuff like that. So just to be clear, our coach had a requirement that everybody had to attend at least 3 out of the 5 practices every week and be able to participate in the upcoming event. So we had an event on Saturday. You had to come to at least 3 practices out of Monday through Friday. So we had this one girl, the main girl in the story. I'm going to name her Stiff Body, okay? I'm gonna name her Stiff Body because I don't know how she got on the dance team and she really couldn't dance. So Stiff Body would never show up to dance practice. She was never there, and when she was there, like, she was like barely putting in work. Like, she wasn't doing what needed to be done to participate in stuff, so she was never there. So it's come around the time when the rodeo started, and every year in my school we perform at the rodeo. I live in Houston, by the way, in case some of y'all don't know. Every year our dance team performs at the rodeo, and then we get to spend a day at the rodeo for free without paying. So yeah, I mean, of course you have to like pay for tickets to get on rides, but we don't have to pay to get in. And of course she didn't know about it because she wasn't at practice. So we found out about it because every time before practice, right after we do our workout and deep stretches, our coach always does a team meeting to just update us about upcoming events and like what needs to be done and stuff like that. So we told her. Of course Stiff Body didn't know because she's never at practice, and I don't know who told her about it, but she ended up texting me. And she was like, oh, I can't believe we're gonna be doing the rodeo. I was like, we? You mean the dance team, not we. I don't know what she meant by that. So basically she said that, and I was just taken aback. And I was like, oh, I didn't know you was performing. And she was like, yeah, of course I wouldn't. And I was like, well, you know, coach got that rule about being at practice, and you haven't been at practice for like weeks. And she was like, oh, can you ask him for me? And I was like, yeah, but honestly, like, I don't think he gonna say yes. So I went and asked my coach. Y'all, love my coach. I love my coach so much. I went and asked my coach, and he was like, no, like, she's never here. I'm not gonna go and perform at the rodeo in front of people and she barely knows the moves. Like, no. And so I relayed the message. I told her what he said, and she just started going off in the text messages, and I didn't do nothing to you. So she started going off in the text messages, right? So this is at night. Like, let's say, I don't know what date it is. I'm gonna just say this is Monday night. Like, we have during practice, we had like a break during practice. So I don't know if it was Monday night, but I'm just gonna say Monday night so y'all got a visual. And this was a late practice. It was like 6 o'clock. So she starts going off in the text messages, and I'm like, well, to be real with you, like, you can't not come to practice and not participate and expect to come to events with us and be able to participate in events. We don't even do what you need to do. Show up in practice. Like, what makes you think you're gonna be able to come perform with us when you don't know no stands, you don't know any breakdowns, like none of that. So, right? And so she got mad, but she wasn't necessarily taking her anger out on me, right? Remember that. Literally right after this conversation happened, I was asking her, like, where does she buy like these like, you know, the Mexican like fruit cups with the chamoy and the tajin. She had posted one. I'm like, oh, where'd you get that? Because I be wanting them and I don't know where to buy them at. So me and her was having a conversation about that. So I'm like, okay, things good, don't think too much about it, go to sleep, wake up, get ready, go to school the next day. The next morning, I'm sitting around, the dance team is at a certain table in the morning, so of course every morning everybody's sitting around till the bell ring for us to go to our first class. So I ended up going with the dance team, and one of the girls on the dance team, I'm gonna name her Blue because she had blue hair. She was just telling me, like, basically Stiff Body was talking to her too about the situation, and she basically told Stiff Body the same thing. So we all at the table, we all just talking about it, like, we're not, like, I swear y'all, we not being messy. We literally just like, yeah, how can you not come to practice and think you're gonna be able to come, like, and then when we do these, quick reminder, when we do these performances, of course they're like during school, so we get out of school for a day and stuff like that. So I'm like, what makes you think you cannot come to practice and put in the work and then come to events with us like during school and all this, you know? So that's literally what we were saying. Nothing bad was happening. First period of the day, I go to 4 classes a day, right? So my first period of the day was dance. So I'm on the dance team, but I also took his class first thing in the morning. So I'm just sitting there in his class, and he's teaching his class whatever he got to teach them, and we're just chilling. This woman walks in, an administrator walks in, and I'm gonna name her, does she need a name? Nah, she don't need a name. She's just gonna be an administrator woman. So the administrator lady came in and she started talking to my coach. So my coach is like, okay, y'all, like, take a break, whatever, while they talk. So they talking, I'm sitting there talking to my friend Mia. I'm gonna say her name because she has no bad role in the story. So I'm just sitting there talking to my friend Mia, and we just talking, and I'm not listening to my coach conversation, but of course it's like you get, somehow you always magically hear your name when somebody talking about you. So I'm just sitting there, we talking, and I just hear Deja da 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 coming from the administrator to my coach, and I'm like, that's weird. So I'm like, hopefully, I'm just let them finish that conversation. Hopefully my coach come tell me about it. I'm gonna go ask him, be like, hey, I heard my name. Am I the Deja y'all talking about, or am I tripping? They talking, and I'm talking to my friend. The administrator lady, my coach called me, and so I'm like, oh, what's going on? I'm thinking about all the stuff I did, like, dang, what I get in trouble, what am I in trouble? No, I'm kidding. Basically, I walk over there, and then the lady's like, hi Deja, I'm administrator lady, can I go talk to you somewhere? And I'm like, okay. So I got up, my coach just looking real disappointed in me, like he looking like I just killed a cat, and I'm just like, what did I do? Okay, so whatever. I get up, and the lady, she texts me, okay, so the dance room is connected to the basketball gym, and then it's like blocked by like the bleacher thing, whatever. So she took me on the side where the basketball gym was because nobody was over there. So she took me over there, she brought 2 chairs, and we sat down, and she goes, so what's going on with you and let me blur that out because I just said her name. No free promo. So she was like, so what's going on with you and Stiff Body? And I'm like, nothing. And then she's like, okay, I'm gonna ask you again, and this is your last chance to be honest with me. What's going on with you and Stiff Body? And I'm like, nothing. Like, what happened? Like, what's going on? And she goes, bullying is not okay. And I'm like, bullying? Like, I was just so lost and taken aback. And I'm like, what do you mean bullying? She was like, yes, Stiff Body approached me at my office this morning, and she told me that you have been bullying her for months, and I just want to tell you that that's not okay. I don't know what happened to y'all. I thought that you guys were friends, but she told me that you've been bullying her for months and that she, you know, honestly can't take it anymore, and she decided to come tell an adult, basically. And I'm like, what, yesterday, what? Like, what? We was just kicking yesterday. What are you talking about? I'm like, bullying her? I don't bully this girl. Like, I'm so confused. I can't think of a better word, but I am utterly confused and confuzzled. So I'm like, me and her had like a little mishap yesterday, like misunderstanding, but like we weren't even arguing, we just had a disagreement. So I'm like, I don't understand how she got bullying her for months from that. So I'm like, well, can I talk to her somewhere? Like, where is she at? Can I talk to her? She was like, yeah, I was actually gonna see if I can bring you guys to my office when the bell rings, and I'll give y'all a late excuse. And I'll write y'all a late note for y'all class that y'all gonna be late to. And I was like, yeah, okay, because I need to talk to her. And she was like, okay, so the bell is getting ready to ring soon, so she just lets me go back, finish class, and then after class ends, I'm gonna walk with her to her office. After that, so you have to dress out in dance class. Of course, you can't just wear a school uniform. He makes us dress in dance appropriate clothes. So a couple minutes before class, we go to the locker room, everybody changed back to their school clothes. So we go to the locker room and I'm talking to my friend Mia, and I'm literally telling, I'm like, tell me why Stiff Body just went, and I'm saying her name and everything while I'm talking, cause like it's not that deep.
ETO pickle chin that boy, egg like collard green hair that boy, oh head that boy, oh dirt that boy, stink that boy, afro hair that, lip gloss chin that boy, ugly boy, ugly.
So I'm like, tell me why Stiff Body is over here saying that I'm bullying her and da 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 da. Like, girl, if I was bullying you, you know I was bullying you. After I said that, these two girls, I don't even know what their names were in real life. Like, I didn't even talk to them. It was this light-skinned girl and it was this dark-skinned girl, and then one of them they both came up to me, and one of them was like, though they was walking by, and I guess they heard me say Stiff Body name. I didn't know they was her friends, and she was like, what you say? And I'm like, I'm thinking she thought I was talking about her. I was like, oh no, I'm not talking about you. She said, okay, but what did you say? And I'm like, oh, she trying to book up at me. So I'm like, it's not your business. So me and this girl kind of start arguing and going at it, because like, girl, I don't even know you and you get mad at me trying to book up on me. You don't even know me, like what? And so me and this girl start arguing. Then her friend eventually got, me and the light-skinned girl are arguing, and then the dark-skinned girl ends up grabbing her and pulling her away, like it's not even worth it. And I'm just like, me and Mia looking at each other with confusion, like what is in that air today? Like what? Tell me why. And y'all want to know what's so funny? All of this happened and we didn't even get to perform at the rodeo because COVID happened and everybody went into quarantine, but that's besides the point. That happened. I finished changing my clothes. Me and my friend talk about it. I walk out of the dance room and I see the two girls that I just got into it with talking to the administrator later. I'm like, why is the whole world against me today? Like, it's something in the air. Why is the whole world against me, and why is everybody all of a sudden talking to this administrative lady that I've never even spoke to in my life? I change clothes and I go to the administrative lady, but she don't say anything like about what the other two girls said. She never said anything about that. And so my coach is just like, talk to me whenever you can, like whenever you get some free time, come to my office. And I was like, okay. So tell me why we literally walk into the lady class and I see Stiff Body come and join us. I'm like, hey, and she don't say nothing. I'm like, what is happening? And me and Stiff Body actually had a pretty good bond. Like, me and her was like actually we literally like talked every day, text all the time. Me and her had a good bond, so I was so confused at what was happening this day. We walk into the lady office. Her office is on the second floor, and we went to her office. She sit in her office and we both sit down and we talking. The lady's just talking to me about bullying and how that's not okay. Tell me why Miss Stiff Body really got the nerve to sit in this lady's office and start crying. Like, she's in there crying, talking about I've been bullying her for months and she didn't know what to do about it. And I'm like, I thought of you as a sister. I was really lying when I said that, but like we was close. I didn't think of her really as a sister, like a distant cousin maybe, but like we had a bond, so I never expected you to do something like that. So I'm really not stepping and like telling the lady that that's not what it is. I mean, I'm telling her that that's not what it is, but I'm really not pressing the issue because I'm mainly mad at Stiff Body. Like, what is you doing, right? And so, and all of this stuff happened with Stiff Body or whatever, and they tried to make me apologize, and I'm like, I don't know what y'all trying to make me apologize for. So basically, all these people think that I'm bullying her, and I'm in this woman's office saying I'm not gonna apologize when I'm not gonna apologize for something that I didn't do. So now, but because to them it looks like I'm bullying her, they think I really just don't care. And so she wrote us a note because she was like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to fix this, whatever. So she wrote us a note to go to our classes, and we left. I left and I walked to my class and I sat in my class. I'm in chemistry at this time. It's like 11 o'clock in the morning at this time, right? Oh, it's February. Okay, I remember now. I remember it was February. So I'm literally in class and I decide I'm finna text her. So I texted her and I was like, hey, what lunch period do you have today? I want to talk to you. Because I was going to be at all three lunches, because I remember it was Black History Month and we was doing a flash mob at all three lunches, the dance team. So I'm like, yeah, what lunch do you have? I want to talk to you at lunch without the administrator lady around. And she's like, okay, I got this lunch, da 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 da. And so that class go by, and after that class will be the time where the lunch periods go. So I leave that class early anyway, go to the dance room, get ready. My coach still like hasn't really talked to me, and I'm just like, what is going on? Like, this is the day of confusion. I ain't never been so confused in my life. I walk out, I do my performance at first lunch. She said she had, I think she said she had second or third lunch. So I did the performance or whatever. And then when I saw her, I walked up to her, I was like, hey, what's up? And she's like, hey, Deja, with a big smile on her face, like none of this happened. I'm like, so what's going on with us? Why are you saying I'm bullying you? And she was like, I just felt like after that incident that we had, that you was just being too aggressive with me and da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, one, we wasn't arguing. I didn't slap you. I didn't throw you out a window. So, and this was the first time this happened. So why are you saying I've been bullying you for months? And then I checked her. She really had nothing to say. She's like, And then I told her about the girls that pressed me in the locker room, and I'm like, do you know them or something? She was like, yeah, those my friends. And she starts laughing. I'm like, what's funny? She said, I had like 7 girls to jump you after school. Huh? You what? Like, I was completely taken aback, and I was so mad. I remember I like pushed her tray over. I think it fell on the ground or something like that, because she had her little lunch tray, and I pushed something of hers that was in my way. I just pushed it and it fell over, and I walked away. And my coach is like, what's wrong? Because I'm super mad. We got another performance to do in like 10 minutes. And I'm mad. And I'm like, how's she going around saying that I'm bullying her, but she got like 7 girls to jump me after school? So now it's time to go lace up and get ready and be ready for war. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody. And so the dance team is right there, because like I said, we have a performance. So the dance team, they're all around my coach. So they heard me talking and they getting mad too. They riled up, they getting laced up too, because if I'm getting jumped, they jumping in. I'm just talking, I am so mad. So that happened, and then I told both of my best friends at the time. One of them was a boy, one was a girl. The one that was a boy was like, he was just giving me advice. He was like, hey, if they start jumping you, find a corner. If you get into a corner, can't nobody get behind you. He was just giving me advice on how to fight. He was like, just windmill, do anything. Don't try to aim for one person, just hit. My girl best friend at the time, she was like, you need to go to the office. And I was like, for what? She was like, you don't go to the office, they're gonna put that on your record as bullying. And then, you know, you try to apply for colleges and stuff, they're gonna see that on your record. And I'm like, you might be right. You might be right. And then little did I know, so after we do our performances, I'm heated and stuff. We all sitting down at the table. So we're sitting down at the table, and it's just me, my best friend at the time, a couple of people on the dance team, and Blue, the same girl from earlier that said she also had a conversation with Stiff Body. So we talking, and Blue is like, she got called to the office too. She never said anything about the whole girls trying to jump her thing, but she said that she got called to the office too. And the girl said that she had been bullying her. My best friend at the time is like, y'all need to go to the office and go tell somebody about this. And Blue was like, nah, I'm not feel like going to the office. Like, I don't really care about doing all that. And so at first I was the same way too, because I'm just like, when after school come, if it's time for me to rumble and bumble, that's what I'm finna do. If I'm finna nuck, if I'm bucked, that's what I'm finna do. But after thinking about it for a minute, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go state my piece, because I really don't want this on my record. I don't need this girl to impact how my future go, and none of that. So you wanna know what I did? I went to find funny, happy text messages of me and this girl. I went and found pictures of us. I found TikTok drafts of us, and I also pulled up the messages from that day whenever we had the little mishap, right, to see that we weren't arguing. And I called my mama and I told my mama what had all happened that day. My mama was so mad. My mama was telling me to go file a police. My mama told me to go to the office and file a police report because those girls was trying to jump me. My mama was not playing no game. She was trying to get y'all put behind bars.
Y'all are going to jail, period.
She was not playing no games behind her child. That happened, and I go to the lady. No, I go to her office. I go to her office and I knock on her office door, and I'm still on the phone with my mama, right? And I knock her office door and ask her, can I come in? She's like, yeah. So I go and ask her office. I was like, can I just talk to you about the situation that happened earlier today? She's like, yeah, of course. And so we sit down. My mom's still on the phone. So my mama, I don't even remember what my mama was saying. My mama went on a whole rant about how this is not okay, and and restraining order, and put them in jail, and and them girls was friends. And so I'm piggybacking off of what mama talked about, how we was friends, and I'm like, yes, okay, quick little zoop. Stiff Body and the administrator lady are actually pretty close. Like, she had pictures of Stiff Body in her office because the lady and her husband, the administrator lady, her husband ran this like step team, like sorority type thing. and like this fraternity type thing, and Stiff Body was in it. And so she had more reason to believe Stiff Body is somebody that she knows and that she wouldn't expect to lie to her than some random student, right? I pull out my receipts because the lady had no reason to really believe me. She was gonna believe Stiff Body because they had history together. And so I pull out, I go and I show the lady the pictures, I show her the videos, I show her the TikToks, I show her the text messages as proof that me and her are friends, and there is no evidence of me bullying this girl anywhere. You can see all the messages. There's even messages of her thanking me for being a good friend and da 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 and all that stuff, right? And here's the last thing. Here are the messages from that day, the night before she came to office to say I was bullying her and like we got rowdy. Here's the messages from that day, because me and her didn't even talk about the situation in person. It was all over text messages, and you can see here that I told her the truth. Like I said, you can't participate, you can't not do something and think you're gonna participate. And she basically threw a little temper tantrum about it and got mad about it, going off. And yeah, so I basically stated my case, and so the lady felt really bad that she had basically kind of went off on me and judged me earlier that day in her office. So she apologized to me. She basically got my mama to be like, no, let's not worry about the police report and da 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 da. So that happens. The lady like gives me an apology and everything, says she's so sorry about everything that happened that day. And I'm just like, yeah, because I'm not that kind of person. Like, I can nuck if I'm buck, but not for no reason, especially not with nobody that's like 90 pounds. Y'all, when I tell you I'm 5'6", and I got some skin on me, like, yeah, this girl is like 5'1", and she's like barely pushing 90 pounds. Even if we did have beef, I'm not gonna fight you. So that happened. Lady apologized to me, da da da, left, went home. Tell me why when I get home, and I'm gonna find the messages, I'm gonna see if I can find it somewhere. Stiff Body texts me a whole paragraph. I won't have the, if I find my old phone, because she texted me 2 paragraphs. She texted me a paragraph on Instagram before I blocked her, and then she texted me a paragraph in text messages that was like, oh, I'm so sorry, nobody was gonna jump you and stuff like that. I just felt off about the situation and I really still want to be your friend. Like, girl, no. I told my coach about the whole situation. He didn't kick her off the team, but he suspended her from the team. I mean, she was never at practice anyway, so really didn't hold much value. She was never there. I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything. I don't think I am. I think that is a story about the time I almost got jumped by 7 girls. All because I told my friend at the time the truth. Like, if I'm your friend, I'm not going to be a fake friend and just tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. I'm going to tell you the truth. And I guess that she didn't like that. I got a whole other story about another friend with that like same situation. Not like the jumping thing, but me and her not friends no more because I told her the truth. This happened like 6 months ago. But yeah, I got that story time too, and I got a lot of story times, y'all. Like, I can make a whole series about fake friends, because I don't know if I'm like a fake friend magnet or something. But yeah, I can do a whole series on those story times. That's the end of this story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want more story times, just let me know. If there's any questions, if I said anything that's not clear in this video, let me know in the comments below, and I would definitely let you guys know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. I hope to keep you guys entertained. Without further ado, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye. I've been in the field like the children of the corn. I can hear the tears when they drop over the phone. Get mad at yourself cause you can't leave me alone. Gossip, get messy, that ain't what we doing.